Good morning, everyone. This is your lecturer, Hajirah Farooq, and today I'm going to be summarizing the lectures of week 8, 9, and 10 for the module Introduction to Business Operations Management for the cohort 10. So here we go. The module code for this module of BOM is BMM 3013. So let's see what we're going to study today exactly. So these are the learning outcomes stated as usual in the second slide of this lecture. And what we're going to learn or cover today is the learning outcome 4, which is again the contextualization of knowledge within a real business. So today we will be studying on how to understand and learn operations management strategies using the case studies to improve reading skills and to be able to find relevant cases to the subject. So we started this lecture off with a case study practice. We had a case study on Zara, Zara's operation strategy and competitive advantage. So we did a practice with the students using this particular case study. The students were supposed to read this case study and then they were supposed to answer these questions. The first question was that from the passage, identify the key operation strategies employed by Zara, and then the identification of the factors that influence the operation strategy of Zara. And the students were supposed to answer these questions according to the case study. Then we did another practice session using Apple's case study. The same procedure follows. The students were supposed to read the case study article and then they were supposed to answer a few questions. And then we discussed on how to find a case study. So the sources of case studies can include academic journals and research databases, exploring databases specific to your field of study. Books and textbooks can also be used to find case studies, and websites and online resources can also be used to find case studies, but we have to make sure that these are reputable websites and of organizations, universities, and research institutions. After that, we studied on how to search academic database effectively. So the student or anybody who wants to do this needs to choose appropriate keywords related to the topic of interest, filter results by selecting academic journals and peer-reviewed articles, utilize advanced search options for more precise results, and consider citing relevant articles to find related case studies. And then we discuss some examples of websites and platforms. So online repositories, looking for platforms like Harvard Business School case studies or the Social Science Research Network. Then we can also look for academic associations, for example, like by exploring websites of professional associations related to your field of study. For case study resources, educational institutions can also be searched. So you can check the university's websites for case studies published by their faculty or departments. Then we discussed the importance of evaluating case studies. So we can assess the credibility and reliability of the source, consider the methodology used in the case study, analyze the relevance and applicability to your specific learning objectives, and look for multiple case studies to gain a broader perspective. Then we discussed about effectively using case studies in learning. So the students can read and analyze case studies thoroughly. They can discuss the case studies with their peers to gain different perspectives. They can reflect on the lessons learned and apply them to real-life situations. And then they can connect the case studies to theoretical concepts for a deeper understanding. So this was all about week 8, sorry. And now we are going to be week 9. In week 9, we had a little bit of a revision session where we discussed the assignment brief again. For more details of the assignment brief, of course, you can go on to Moodle and you have all your assignment briefs available over there. Then we discussed the marking rubric, the marking criteria. Here it is, as you can see on the screen. Then we discussed a little bit about demonstrating an understanding of business operations management. So we had like a revision session where we discussed all the learning outcomes one by one, and in week 9 and 10. So we discussed the learning outcome one, and we discussed that we studied the following concepts such as business operations management, supply chain management, and then logistics, productions, and quality control process. And then we discussed we revised the learning outcome two, which was to explain the key concepts of effective operations strategy. And under this learning outcome, we learned the following concepts such as competitive priorities, capacity and facilities planning, supply chain management, process design and technology selection, quality management, human resource management, performance measurement, and continuous improvement. And for details, you can go to Moodle and you can refer to week 4 slides. And this was about the week 9, and then we move on to week 10, where we discussed the learning outcome 3 and 4 again, as in we revised the learning outcome 3 and 4, which is to explain the role and scope of business management and contextualization of knowledge within the real business. So at the end of the session, we were able to understand what is business management, what is organization of a business, and human resource management. So we revised that what is business management. Business management refers to the process of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling resources. Then we discussed the organization of a business. That a business can be organized in various ways, such as sole partnership, corporation, and limited liability company, and that the business structure can affect how much it pays taxes, the income, and the paperwork and the liability. And then we discussed the same topic a little further, just for the sake of revision. Then we discussed what is human resource management. That we have already discussed. This is the revision because it's the last academic week. So we were revising everything. And then we discussed what is a team. We discussed the different groups and teams. But then we discussed the third learning outcome, again, explaining the role and scope of business management. And that is it. I hope that you liked it, and I hope that you understand that this was something from this video summary. And if you need any more details, of course, you can refer back to Moodle, and you can find all the lecture slides. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed.